Hey guys, it's Haley. Hey, I just wanted to show you what I use on a daily basis to sort of taproot down into my team. I know a lot of you are using the builder worksheets, which is what you should use in the beginning, and they are located on the Essential Nourish member site. And that way you can figure out what volume is projected to come into your organization every single month, and then you can figure out how to get to the next rank. But I also have another document for you that I've created, and it's called a rank tracker. And it's also on the Essential Nourish member site in the compensation plan section. And I have it set up so it will work for people who are going for elite, premier, silver, gold, platinum, diamond. And then we have ones for blue diamond and presidential diamond tracks as well, which is the one I'm going to show you. Okay. So what I do every single month is I actually only look through my team button here. And I pull up what's called the detailed genealogy on that page. And I have my front line basically sitting right here. So what you'll see is myself, Haley Hobson LLC, and then I'm going to jump down one because this might be confusing that you're seeing this twice. And then I have the rest of my 6 legs that qualify me as Presidential Diamond. Now, when you hit Presidential Diamond, you can actually start again. And that's why here I am again on my own front line. And we'll talk about that in a little bit. And that's my second presidential leg, okay? But what I do every single month is I taproot down into every single one of these legs and figure out, A, where my leaders are so that I know whether they're hitting the ranks that they're projected to, B, how much volume they still need on a daily basis to get to their rank. And the most important bit of information that I can see is where the volume is coming from, where volume is dropping significantly on a month-to-month basis or rising significantly on a month-to-month basis, and who is responsible for that rise or that drop so that I can taproot if necessary, or my leaders can taproot if necessary, into those organizations and help those people, okay? So I'm gonna start at the bottom here. This is my sister actually, and she's one of my platinums. So if I go into her organization, I'm gonna see on her front line, she has 3 leaders, and this is just an enrollment that she needs to move. You can tell by the volume and by the enrollment date. But then I would go into each one of her legs. So we'll start here at the first person. And this person has to be a silver, okay, for my sister to hit her rank. So that means that her people here, and it's specifically these 3, have to be elite, all right? So what I'll do is I'll pull up my rank tracker, and let me just slide it over to the side here. And I'll go on to my presidential leg. This is actually the volume from last month. So it's all white and it's all qualified. And then I'll just show you quickly what it looks like as I'm building it, like the little things will turn pink here and show me how much volume is still needed to qualify. That's how I have it set up for you guys. So basically going back to this presidential rank tracker here, I'm gonna scroll down to my sister, and on this first leg of hers, let's see, she's got, let me move this over for a second. She's got her first leg here, which now has, oops, let me slide it over a little bit more so that you guys can see this. Her first leg already has 1,507. The next one has 333. And the next one has 2231, okay? So this gives me an indication of how much volume is still needed on a daily basis. Now, that might look really good to some people. Wow, she's almost elite. This person's almost elite, or this person's halfway to elite. But since we have some major players underneath it here, and these volumes last month were like 12,000, it's nowhere near, obviously, on the second day of the month where it's going to get. But this gives me an indication of how to keep going farther. So let's, for instance, say I taprooted down into this person here, Leaf, and I noticed that Leslie's volume here went up from 37,000 to 44,000 last month. That's a key piece of information, right? So I want to click open and click on Leslie because she's a key player in this leg. And I want to check out her legs, right? I can see that her builder, Lori Sinclair, went up a couple thousand. Renee went down just a tiny bit. Another leader here, Gina, went up a little bit. And so this gives me a really good indication. And it looks like she had a transfer here, I can tell, just because the volume is super high and that they didn't have any volume the month before. But this gives me an indication of like how the leg is doing on a whole. And I know that Leslie's trying to hit platinum herself. So since I'm in touch with her, I know that. And so I know that the minimum volume that Gina and Renee need to have is 9,000, obviously spread out in 3 elite legs. So I can scroll down, let's say, into Renee's leg, and I can take a peek at it and see, were her 3 legs close to elite last month? Looks like one was elite, another was elite. And here we are with this leg, which had actually a drop from the month before it was elite, and it went down to 1726. So that helps me pose some questions to Leslie and ask if Renee and Leslie have some things that they want to talk about, or they need any strategic help in this leg. And then the thing to look out for, since both of these legs were elite the last 2 months, is, are they going to hit elite again? Are we going to watch this volume and make sure they hit elite again, and then make sure that this one that was elite goes up to 3,000, okay? So it's a really nice way of being able to not just look at your own volume and make sure that you're qualified, but also make sure that your leaders are continuing to thrive and the people on lower levels are continuing to thrive as well. So I'm just going to go back and do this one more time. I'm actually going to get out of my sister's leg and I'll just pick somebody else on my front line and show you. In fact, you know what I'll do is I'll actually go into the second Presidential Diamond organization here, and I will pick Krista right here on the front line, okay? So I know that Krista has hit platinum the last couple of months, and so I'm going to switch over to the other presidential rank tracker, which, like I said, will still show you some pink spots because I deleted some volume after the month ended, just so you guys could see how it looks when it's not completely full, and you can see how it still shows what's needed in each leg, and then gives you a total at the very, very end. But anyway, going to Krista's leg right here, let's pull up this leg here. And I know that she's hit silver the last couple of months. And so she needs to have, she had 3 elite legs on her front line. The month before she had 3 elite legs. And we can look here and go, oh, wow, this was just barely over elite. This was just barely over elite. This one actually grew. So I can talk to Krista about, okay, what's the plan? Like, can we help get your frontline leader, Dawn, to gold? What does she need to get these elites a little stronger? Is it the people on the front line that are actually building, or is it somebody a little bit lower down? We can kind of get that feel by maybe opening up one of these people who was a little bit over elite and go, okay, she's got one leg that's killing it right here, right? Over 2,500 in PV, but she needs another leg, one of these other people, to get closer to 2,000 to hit Premier, right? And if these other 2 legs here can hit executive also, Danielle will hit Premier. And then obviously if Dawn has 2 other legs, Jennifer and Jenny, who are close like this too. Let's just take a look at Jenny's. If she can look, and she's got here one that's 1,900, it's awesome, Janine. And then she's got a couple of other people here that don't have a ton of volume. So the trick here would be to strategize and try to designate who are going to be Jenny's other qualifying legs. Besides Janine, who else does Jenny have? Or it's possible that Jenny's not even building and Janine's going to be the qualifying leg, in which case her volume has to be 5,000 and have 2 executive legs. So by going through every single month here and using this Excel spreadsheet, right? If I go back here and I see that Dawn, let's go to Dawn's leg. She's got 569 under Danielle. This is actually, I have to admit, kind of horrifying to look at on day 1 when the volume is super, super, super low. And another reason why we really encourage everyone to be processing their LRPs as super, super early as they can, so that these numbers start to make a lot more sense and that they're actually more realistic. And then we, as your upline, can make more realistic generalizations, so to speak, or pose more intelligent questions and really get in there and help you guys strategize to the next rank. I've seen a lot of leaders forget that once they qualify for their rank, whether it's silver, gold, premier, diamond, whatever it is, they forget that they should still be helping the people below them jump up another level. So if it was me, which it is, because this is my organization, I'd be talking to Chris about, okay, how, I know you just hit platinum and Dawn is just a new silver, but how can we work with Dawn right now and strategize so that she can get to gold? Because That's going to make Dawn really happy. It's going to make your leaders really happy. You're going to have a much more solid organization. You're going to have much more unilevel in the long term. And bonus, once you build your diamond leg and your blue diamond leg, you're actually going to have a couple of golds already sitting there. Okay. So anyway, I just wanted to show you guys that. This is called the Excel rank tracker I've created. And you'll just sit here and you'll plug, for an elite organization, it will just look like this. It will just be like 3 little legs here, but that's okay. And for a premier organization, it will just look like probably this right here again with 3, right? This is when Dawn in Krista's leg, because this is my blue diamond leg, when they were blue diamond. This is Dawn being a premier for Krista being gold, right? And then as you jump to silver, it will again look more like, still like this, with Carolyn being the silver for Rami and her 3 people being the elite. And then as you jump to platinum and diamond, it will actually look like this, right? This whole organization. Here's a diamond organization, Megan's diamond organization. She has 4 legs. And then as you hit presidential diamond, you'll be dealing with your gold, so the volume will calculate as premiers, and then presidential diamond, it will calculate as platinums, calculating underneath of them as silvers and elites. So I hope that helps you guys. It may be over some people's head in the beginning, but I do encourage you to get on the Essential Nourish member site, grab that rank tracker, start to do your numbers every day. This is a business that you're in. The reason that I have been able to rank advance so quickly, and I think I've actually broken pretty much every company record in rank advancing, is because I pay attention to my numbers daily. And I want you guys to as well, because I'm really interested in helping you rank advance, and so are your leaders as well. All right, have a great one.